We are back and trying to log in and hoping it doesn't crash the server. It crashed the server. I thought you said you were sure this was right. Didn't you say you were sure you didn't fuck this up?
Yeah, I fixed the issue.
Did I fuck up and not change it? There's always a chance that I fucked up. Take a look at the crash report. See if it's me. I swore I looked before we started. Mods. GT5. We're on Alpha 4-1, right? Yeah, 4-1. I have the right one in there. The last one was 3-1.
Server has 3-1. So it has GT5 Alpha 3 and
Wait a minute. It's a GT lib that's the problem, not the GT5.
yeah, I'm an Alpha 3 tuned. What?
Yeah. GT lib is 3.1. But Alpha 2. No, it's 3.1. Everything should be right on my end. Right? I didn't fuck this up. Pretty sure I didn't fuck this up. Do you need time to fix this? Do you want me to end it and restart later?
No, I'm going to take a look at it. I'm betting I probably should miss. Then there are probably more than one spot in the code where that error was, and I only saw the first one.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
What's that?
They didn't print parentheses around certain check, and so might have actually not actually did the check properly.
Okay.
Okay, try this and make the version number the same so we don't have to the clients.
Okay. Don't tell Overmind, but I got the old one behind it because I didn't delete the old one. He'll laugh because apparently it's funny. Not quite sure how that's funny, but
Confused.
oh, when I downloaded you didn't change the number,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't delete the old one. So when I deleted the new one, it put some brackets with a 1 inside it. And apparently he finds that funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Maybe it's a Windows thing and not a Linux thing. Or maybe it's because I'm unorganized and didn't delete the old one.
Yeah, Linux use parentheses when you have same name.
Okay, did Forge have an issue at a fucking... what the fuck? My log stopped for the server, and it's at a fucking update. I don't know if it's my fault, or if Forge is just retarded.
Probably the latter.
It seems to do that every now and then when you don't have it as the CMD as the main window. Sometimes it'll get to a point in the CMD that it just stops. And it's not at something you would expect it to stop at. Like an update checker. I never know if it's the website that the update checker is going to that's making it hang, or YouTube, or if Forge just had a fucking moment, or what. Alright, let's try this again. Well, it says I'm on the server. Game doesn't, but server does. I'm here and I'm dying. Because there's a fucking ghast. Because of course
Well,
there
at
is.
least you're on the server now.
Yeah, I just gotta deal with this fucking screaming cunt over my damn head. And for some reason, where the hell is my bow? I don't have a bow. Why do I not have a bow? Yeah, better stay up there and leave me alone. You got a noisy, whiny bitch. Don't come back down here. Oh, put a foot in your ass. Is that a new... I don't even know where the fucking portal is. I think this is a new one. I don't remember being it this way for a fortress. It's not what I'm here for. I didn't come in here to fuck around a fortress. But I might still fuck around a fortress. It is what I do. And that's the end of the fortress that way. Where the hell's all the... Where the hell's the rest of this fortress? It's a pretty busted ass fortress. Oh, there's more over there. Yeah, it's broke as fuck.
Are you lost?
Oh, am I lost? No. I know where I'm at. I just... kind of fucking around at the moment, to be honest. Just trying to figure out this busted ass fortress. Minecraft's fortress... shit is a little broke. I'm literally just looking for soul sand biome type place at the moment. I want to gather up a bunch of it and then work on making nitric acid tonight. There's the part of the fortress I was looking for. So there. I didn't bring much food. That's probably not going to come back and bite me in the ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should stop running. Maybe that would be a good idea. Maybe I'm not good at good ideas. I don't think there's any chests in this fortress. I don't think there's any wither skeletons either. Ooh. There's Blaze. Beat your ass. You had to catch me on fire, didn't you, you prick? Still stole your damn rod, though. Bitch. Actually, the another word's missing right there. This had to be the one we came in already. Otherwise, another wart would be there. So never mind. Oh, have you been keeping an eye on Greg's changes? He made something that might interest you.
No, I haven't really been paying attention to it.
He made size basically do beheading, so it'll help with getting wither skeleton skulls. gives the Psi more uses. I don't know if you have one in here, though.
Yeah, I do.
Psi? Okay. You might want to think about adding that. That's a nice feature, too. Getting wither skeletons called a royal pain in the ass. Anything that helps that out is nice. I always use blue power so I can have a Vorpal sword. Get Vorpal on my sword and use it, because trying to get heads in 1.7.10 is a real pain in the ass. Shut up wherever you are. I might probably want to figure out how to open this map that I can never figure out. It's supposed to be J. It's not doing it. Keybinds. Open map is on M. That's the wrong map. It's not the map I want. That's the stupid map. I don't want the stupid map. I want Journey Maps map. One that has all my waypoints. Which I don't really need the waypoints. I need category. It's on Y. Waypoint manager is N. There we go. And for some reason, this bitch shows all dimensions every fucking time I'm in the nether. Why the fuck would I want all of them available when I'm in the nether? I want the ones from the nether. Did somebody else take over this project from the original guy? Why the fuck would they do that by default? Give me the option for all of them, sure. But making them the default that way is kind of weird. Ow! There's a fucking... You cantankerous bitch. Stop shooting me in the ass with fireballs. I hear you. Come here. There, fuck. How did I get way the fuck up here anyways? Get down there. Bitching at me, motherfucker. I'll whoop your ass. Don't be bitching at me. A little bit there, but not much. lot more over there. It's gotta be a huge thing of lava pouring down here too, doesn't there? How do I want to deal with you? Really get to that. Maybe I can. Let's go look. Not easily. Well, we don't want that. You might have enough. Let's see. And this is where gas comes and shoots me off of here. Now, where exactly is this lava coming from? Right there. Go away. Bad lava. You're fucking up progress. Excuse me, Pigman, you're kinda on the platform, fucker. Alright. Going down. So that shit gets down here. There's a chicken jockey. Bitch, don't
makes me think of that stupid quote in the movie now. Even though I didn't watch it.
What's that?
The movie, he's a chicken jockey, and everybody seems obsessed with it now.
Oh. I ain't watched that fucking movie, I don't know. I always holler at chicken jockeys. Especially when they're pigment jockeys, because it's just funny. Oh no, I didn't watch that crap either. But my bow is in the other fucking bag. Question is, why would I put it in my bag and not had it in my fucking inventory? Bitch, I have heard you grunt enough. Die and fuck off. Oh, I told you I was going to tell you why we couldn't stream last night. We couldn't stream last night because my headphones were in the backyard. And Junior wasn't home. And I wasn't putting on clothes to try to get out there and get them. And I also don't trust the back stairs to walk down the fucking things. Junior got home and he's like, I'm really glad you didn't try to go out there and get them. He's like, because I don't even trust going down those fucking stairs. Those things are garbage, but they don't belong to us. They belong to the park. We're buying the trailer, not the fucking steps. And we don't use them, so there's no reason for us to worry about replacing them or anything. If we used them, I'd have Junior replace them, but fucking idiot delivery person thought it was a good idea to deliver shit to the back door instead of the front door. And well, I'm an idiot and went to go fucking get it with my headphones on, forgetting I had them on. And when I bent to pick up the fucking stuff, well, they ended up falling off my head, falling through the slats of the fucking stairs, landing on the fucking ground under the stairs. I went and got a broom to see if I could get the damn things out from underneath the stairs. Almost got them up to me, and the damn things fell off the fucking broom. I was pissed. And then fell way away from the stairs, where I'd have had to go down the fucking stairs to get them. And like I said, I wasn't doing that. Those things look like they've been back there rotting in the weather since 1962. They are horrible stairs.
Mm.
So that's why we couldn't be here last night. And I'm actually kind of... Say what?
You can always get on delivery people to do a terrible job.
Yeah, Junior was pissed when he found out they were on the back stairs. It's like, how in the fuck does anybody look at our trailer and think that that would be the stairs that we use? the truck is even on the other side of the trailer. It makes no sense whatsoever that anybody would think that's where you make a fucking delivery. And we've had 2 idiots do it. Most of them are smart. Most of them put them on the right ones, but we've had 2 fucking idiots do that. And it's a good thing that we didn't stream last night, because shortly, I'd say probably 8:30, so about mid fucking stream, we had a freaking that storm we were supposed to have 2 days ago finally came through, and it came in so quickly that my back was just wrecked all to fucking hell. So we'd have gotten about halfway through the stream and I'd have been in major fucking pain. So it was good that we weren't here.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other machine I needed for this? Also, did you ever make the regulators so we can set up that injector block I want to try to make? I think you made a list of all the fuels we were going to try to do. We need like one in one regulator per fuel.
I don't think I did. Oh, I'm not sure if I even fixed the regulators.
Oh.
Where I had the issue before.
No, I completely forgot about that. So you might want to look into that, and so we can, I guess we'll set that up next time. That big old list we made of shit, and we still forgot something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so I want to do chemical reactor, makes the saltpeter, and then the saltpeter is going in and doing this to make my nitric acid, and then I need a LV electrolyzer is what I need. So you want to make an LV electrolyzer? I'll have to look at timing and see if we might need a few of them, but as long as it runs, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure the fuel comes in slow enough, and the vitriol has a reprocessing thing. So it's mainly only for the nitro diesel that we need it. Oh, did you think at all about the change to that vein we were talking about last time? The one that has salt and rock salt still in it. Changing it out to whatever the fuck it was I said then. And maybe adding a saltpeter vein in the desert, since in 1.7.10 we had saltpeter in the I say nether desert. In 1.7.10 we had a way of getting saltpeter in the overworld in the deserts, but it's because of Railcraft. Because Railcraft spawns these bedrock saltpeter things that then put saltpeter. They basically grow saltpeter in the salt or in the sand up on the surface. And it's actually kind of funny because the idea is that it's supposed to spawn that way. That it'll grow in after you spawn it. But you can actually literally cheat it and just hollow out an area and fill it with sand, and it'll grow saltpeter for you. But in GT6, Greg added his own saltpeter vein to the desert that spawns right under, right around sea level. Because getting nitric acid is a pain in the ass. Now, when we get to hard mode settings, nitric acid will be easy because we'll have the fermented biomass shit. But that is a lot of fucking shit to set up to do it. Because you gotta make the biomass, you gotta ferment the biomass. Hey Raven, I didn't even see you had been typing over there. Give me a second and let me see what you said here. We'll just start shoving shit in here for now. Curious on your thoughts of a different approach to multi-blocks. I've somehow thought out the idea of building them internally instead of just being a box of blocks. I actually have a multi-block that Trins and I were discussing an idea for, which would be similar to this. That would be like a multi-block wire mill type thing. Because technically the way you make wires in here is kind of dumb, because you just throw an ingot into a wire mill and it comes out as a wire. where you technically should be using rods because it's easier to shove a rod through the dies than it is a full frickin' ingot. So I was thinking, instead of making a multi-block wire mill, because there's so many wires you need, making something similar to this that would be a multi-block wire mill, but instead of having the assembly line casings in the center, you would have an extruder, and then you could put a couple wire mills in it, because the extruder would be faster than the wire mill. And then similarly, we could do fine wire the same way, where it would be a multi-block, but it would be a multi-block. Are you going to throw that thing at me? Thank you. It would be similar to a processing array like this, where you have 16 machines in it, but instead of it having where you just throw the machines into the array, you would actually build them into, but I don't know on the coding side how much of a royal pain in the ass that's going to be for the multi-block to look at, or for the controller to look at the machines you put in it and figure out what it's supposed to be doing. I don't know if that would be completely fucking impossible or not. And I haven't discussed it much with him because, well, that's going to be for when we get to hard settings. Oh, there's your problem. Hey, we're full of fucking sand. Which is not a bad problem to have. Because then we can turn that into oxygen. Because we can take this and put it over here for this. I can just put that there. And then click it. And now that, when it gets done running all of that, we'll take that. We need to just make another one of these to put up there and then pipe it to fuck over here. And technically, we should probably just run a pipe from there over to there. Which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. But I want to get this nitric acid thing figured out today. But I don't know if that's what you're talking about a different approach to them or not. So you'll have to tell me if there's something else you were meaning. Okay. Do I want to do the stupid... Holy crap, you wrote a book. Hold on. I was thinking more of actually building the internals using parts themselves instead of stacking machines alone. Making the player, for example, they would have an energy hatch input for what they need, but you have to pipe and wire the internals of it to work, not just pump in stuff and craft the thing. Then it really stops being a multi-block and starts just being, you know, one of these setups like this. That's kind of the thing for multi-blocks, is its difficulty is in crafting and getting all the components to make all the blocks. Now, I will say I do like the GT5 way of building them where there's multiple different blocks to build it, unlike GT6 where there is no dynamo hatch or energy hatch. That just spawns basically when you build the block, and everything is just basically built out of one block or two blocks. I do like the more dynamic ones, and I would like to make more like this multi-block assembler we made here. I would like to build more multi-part blocks like this one, where you have auto crafter assembly lines, you have the assembly casings, the grate casings, the reinforced glass, where there's multiple different blocks that you have to put together, unlike GT6 where for most part the matter fabricator multi-block and the fusion reactor multi-block, those are the only two that really have a lot of different blocks to them. But like, I'm like making the steam, the boiler, because it has the pipe casings in the center, and you have inputs and outputs, fireboxes, all those different things. Putting actual pipes in there, I don't like that idea unless they're pipe blocks that wouldn't, because you don't want them to actually need to be working. You would want them to be fake blocks. And it would just kind of be weird to put partial pipe blocks in. That makes sense. I don't completely hate your idea. We'll say it that way. Oh yeah, that needs fixed. Because Trend's broke it. And I want to look at some of that. I guess the idea revolves around smashing all multi-blocks into one. You custom design based on approach, and yes, they're just as a connection point. No need for internal steam or chem count. That could be registered on the GUI. Alright. I want to look something up real quick. I believe there was a mod way back that kind of did that. Well, apparently that's where we get this recipe for nitric acid. I figured out where Greg got that recipe from. It says modern era. The 17th century, that dude devised a process of obtaining nitric acid by distilling potassium nitrate, saltpeter, with sulfuric acid. Because I was just looking at other ways of getting it and what all they have in here historically, how they made it. Except it said it was distilled, but that's different. We're to point out that it could be converted from nitrous oxide combined with an approximately equal volume of the purest part of common air, quantity of water, which would be more similar to this one. And that gives the nitric acid. But the problem is, how do you get the nitric acid, or the nitrous oxide? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Don't ask fucking Google, they're retarded. They just want to tell you about food shit. Oh, some other day. Now figure out where I want to put this.
I think that second recipe is just part of the loop for materials.
This one? Yeah, it is. But in GT4, we could make nitrogen dioxide from mixing nitrogen and oxygen. But in GT5, they got rid of it because it's not realistic enough. GT5U got rid of it. And technically, Greg got rid of it in GT6 as well. Let's see, GT6. Because we make nitric acid in GT6 with biomass, if I remember correctly, is how I make it. It's just in here, it's all reliant on, the saltpeter part. And GT6, I never have to go get saltpeter. What are we doing on power? Oh, we're fucking full on power. Why is this running if we're completely... Why are we running? Why did this not shut off? Is that... Let's see. That light is turning that off. So it should be giving power through here, which is giving power through here, which is turning that torch off, which means this should be turned off, which means I did a stupid. That is supposed to be like that. Good thing we have ass tons of coal out there. Hi, Laz. Damn it, mouse. Stop it.
In Bear.
What's
It's I got another one of.
Do what now?
This one got another one off. scanner, ominous scanner.
Okay, I'm completely fucking lost. What the hell did you say again?
Said I got another ominous banner.
Oh, like we fucking need another one of those. No, as I have no idea where the fuck Dan is. He has issues with his back like I do. And sometimes can't fucking stream. Okay, we're going in GT6 in a minute. Nitric acid, we have this recipe where you make potassium bisulfite and nitric acid, same way we do over here, except we don't get nitrogen monoxide back from it over here. We just get the nitric acid, 7,000 to 5,000. Oh, wait a minute, wrong recipe. Yeah, 7,000, 5,000, same recipe. And then potassium bisulfite you can use to make fertilizer in tons of different ways. Or you can electrolyze it down to potassium persulfite and hydrogen, and then that you can use in the bath with water for the processing stuff. It's literally useless at that point. I think I have a whole fucking thing of it down there. He got rid of that electrolyzer recipe. But we need tons of nitric acid for making our explosives. And I'm using just potassium and sodium nitrate because he allows for both of them, potassium and sodium nitrate. And I guess I'm just making it from that. Oh, I'm not doing the nitro diesel thing over here. Well, no, because technically it is getting used up doing this too. So yeah, it's just over here I make it that way. And then all of my Aqua Riga stuff has the reprocessing. So that's why I never have to make more. I was thinking, oh, but he does have nitrogen dioxide. The oxygen and nitrogen monoxide to nitrogen dioxide, that's the normal thing. But you can actually make nitrogen monoxide over here in a lightning processor if you ever need it. This is the recipe we used to have in GT4, but it's not realistic to be able to do this because it takes energy to bond these two. They don't naturally bond together. And so that's why he uses a lightning processor to do it. It doesn't take much. You don't get a whole lot of it either. It's only 10 liters and 10 liters for 20 liters. But it takes, 4,096 if you need to do it. And the lightning processor is just steel wires, tin wires, and a casing. It's really cheap to make. But that's how he does the GT4 way of using nitrogen, so that nitrogen isn't completely useless and being put back into the atmosphere, which is what we're doing with it, because our only real use for nitrogen directly is in the Pyroluce oven. We can do it for this of making saltpeter, which is what we're going to be doing with it. We can make liquid nitrogen for it, which currently doesn't have a use, but will. But this is the only other real use for it, is to pipe it into the Pyroluce oven for making charcoal and wood gas faster, which I'm still not 100% sure that I'm big on that. Should we remove this recipe as well? We got rid of the sulfuric acid recipe. Do we really need the sugar to charcoal dust thing in the Pyroluce?
I didn't remember that exists in the Panasonic. Yeah. I'll remove that.
Okay.
That one seems dumb. Like, where do they get that from? Like, makes no sense. Sure.
I think Greg actually... Let me go look. I think Greg actually has something similar in GT6. I don't know why. Technically, sugar is a carbohydrate. Wood is a carbohydrate, sort of. So, no, he doesn't have that one. He actually has, I think, the sulfuric acid one, believe it or not. I'm loading it back up. We'll go look. While I'm still catching up on your GT6 run to this. This is amazing. Yeah, that's that series I got to get back to. I haven't been on there in a long time due to life. My single player world got turned into a server, and the world that you see that I was just in is actually a backup from before I put it on the server. It's what I'm using for all my update stuff, but there's things missing. All the reactor work I've done is missing because my server died, and I'm waiting on getting the money to fix the board in it. The motherboard went out in that one. And I still haven't decided if I want to, since Greg's working on GT6 again, I'm not sure if I want to restart or finish getting to Fusion in that one. I'm so close. I really do want to finish it, but there's so many other things that I want to do before I don't want to do it dirty, basically is what I'm saying. I don't want to just go, all right, fuck it, we're building them fusion reactor. Because there's other things that I have that I want to do. Can't you connect the hard drive to your regular PC? I can. Problem is, I had Junior put it in his computer, so I didn't have to shove it into my computer. And every time I plan on going on there, Junior is at work. So I can't get it off of his computer. And then when he's at home, I don't think about having him give it to me because we have another computer. We have our what we call our streaming computer, which we can't actually stream from because it's way too fucking old. So I can't use it as the server either. And then when I'm doing this, Junior's in bed, it's just a Bear's an idiot and can't fucking remember anything issue.
Bear actually found this in Wikipedia.
Say that again?
Actually found something in Wikipedia about sugar and charcoal.
What's that?
In Discord, I put a link.
What was it you... What the fuck is it Greg uses sugar for? Because I can't find either of those recipes, so he most definitely doesn't. But he does it for something weird. He does something weird with it that's not food. Or all these stupid... That's the one. He turns it into... His is sugar and sulfuric acid make carbon, not charcoal. It makes carbon directly and gives you water and sulfur trioxide. That's the recipe I'm thinking of. Sugar charcoal is formed by the charring of cane sugar, which was repeatedly recrystallized to remove any organic impurities. It is also prepared by the dehydration of sugar in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. Well, that would be where they got it from. Very strange. But yeah, Greg doesn't make it into charcoal. He makes it into carbon. Yes, Etherin, business as usual. Shut up, you. Alright. Let's actually get over here and get some... Get this fucking work done. I think I'm really gonna just build it below. Even though that's kind of a pipe floor down there. Why in the fuck did I just hear myself? Are you watching this stream and it coming through your mic? How the hell did I just hear myself? That was weird. This is where I could put there. Yeah, if you guys heard it, it definitely came through Discord then. Because my browser can't do that. You guys can't hear what comes through my browser. I could be sitting here listening to porn in the background. You guys would have no fucking clue. I gave OBS no fucking way of doing that. No, Pokey Senior is a full-time job and I refuse to stop. Shut up, you. I would like to state I am definitely not listening to porn in the background. That'd be really weird. Why did I choose that of all things to say? Well, because I'm weird and why wouldn't I? Alright, so I need to electrolyze that. Which I guess I'm going to do down there. Which means I need transformers. I'm going to need an MV transformer, an LV transformer, which we don't have. I don't need an EV. I just need an HV. Alright, so I need an HV and an LV. Shut up, you. I need to make us some stainless steel. We're running low. Why in the hell is your Discord now making noise? He's making all the weird noises tonight. And they're all coming through his Discord like a dork. Stainless steel. Wires. Makes our casing. And then we need to put that in to make the transformers. We need a aluminum. That. There's our transformer. Now let's make LV1. Dude, fix your Discord. I just heard myself again. The hell are you doing over there? Okay, I'm officially muting him for a moment. When he is done, when he unfucks his Discord, I'll unmute him. I can hear you now. Is your Discord gun being retarded?
I don't know, I think my cat messed with something because it just wasn't working right for some reason.
Oh, it was definitely not working right for some reason. I heard myself. I heard your Discord do the bring thing that you like came back in, which nobody jumped in our voice, so I don't know why. I don't hear those noises myself because I always have them turned off because I hate those noises. Which is why this is what was funny that one time when dude freaking joined our Discord chat and he just started talking and I was like, whoa, what the hell? And he was like, what? I was like, I was not expecting that. I was like, oh, sorry. Nobody ever fucking joins our Discord chat when we're having one. So it's kind of weird when somebody just pops in. Alright, so I need... it's easier to do it this way. And we're doing this. So that needs to come straight down into the electrolyzer. So we want the electrolyzer on this side. And yeah, straight down my fucking ass. Somebody's been plumbing down here again.
You want me to empty spare cans for a reason.
Somebody was supposed to be making us a bridge. So I can bridge these fucking things. What do you want?
And you normally empty spare cans for a reason.
How the fuck am I gonna get from there to there without cutting out a whole lot of stupid? Where does this even go? What the fuck are you? What do you do? What do you do here, sir? Why is that running down here? Is there a reason I'm running that down here? This one is from the calcium chloride. Where's that calcium chloride? What's this? What's this do? Calcium chloride makes chlorine and calcium. Well, duh. So that's a chlorine pipe, is what you're telling me. Okay. And why did I choose to send it all the way through all of this crap to get it there? Why? Why, Bear, why? Don't we have a pipe, like, right there? You know, right here that connects to all these fucking tanks? You know, this pipe right here that connects all these fucking things? I could just send it fucking across there. Because Bear. Obviously. Why does it always have to be that excuse? Can we not have a better reason why, other than I'm an idiot and do stupid things? Okay, you're just going to fuck off. And that's going to make this all so much easier. There. Done. And then we need a shutter. Blame it on Junior then. Yeah, no, my luck. He'd wake up and come back here and slap shit out of me. I heard you blaming shit on me, asshole. Not my fault you're an idiot. Well, it might not be, but you could help me stop. All that shit in there. I said all that shit. Change your fucking backpack, jackass. Get the piping backpack. There we go. Alright, so shutters. I have shutters. I thought I had shutters. Alright. I'm not missing one. I have a brain. This doesn't work half the time.
That's really half one.
No, it's a whole brain. It just only works half the time. If I run it across this way, I have to deal with that oxygen pipe. Yeah, let's do that. That looks like it'll work. what I thought. Why did I grab normal ones? Why do I even have normal ones? I don't use normal ones. Small stainless. I got all kinds of normal. Where the fuck are the small ones? I just put them in here. There they are. Fuck, I'm blind. That should be below that. So we're going to run this over this way. I swear, next time we do this, I'm making a huge non-opal pipe, like a really big bandwidth non-opal pipe. I'm making like 4 of them, and I'm going to run it the length of the factory, and it's going to be like the ingest for all the fucking fluids. So every setup we do, we run the pipe into there, and then that will carry it off into the tank room and separate it out into each one of the tanks. I think that'll be so much easier than whatever the fuck I've been doing here. Okay, we need to get rid of that pipe for a minute. And then we need this to be set to input only. So now we connect that, and now nothing can backwash into that bitch. And that will come from there. Perfect. That's taken care of. Now, unfortunately, we still have this sulfuric acid pipe here we have to work around, but that's fine. We can deal with that. Alright, so now that, oops, that's up. I said down. All my shit's jumbled. It's how I do shit. Alright, so we're gonna need a thing to... Why is the electrolyzer allowing 2 stacks to go in? Shouldn't it only allow 1 stack to go in 1 slot?
Yeah.
Well, it isn't. Fix it. Oxygen, hydrogen, sulfur, potassium. So we can output that into here for the fluids. And then the hydrogen and the oxygen can go where they need to go. There's a hydrogen tank. Yeah, that's the hydrogen tank. So we're going to have the output go... I really put that as the face? How the hell did I manage that? Oh, no, I'm on Alt. That's the problem. Okay. There we go. And we're going to need we're going to need 2 pipes for that. So we're going to make a quad pipe. How many pipes do we need for that? We're going to go 1, 2, let me just map it out with these. Because I need to be able to walk through here, so it's got to go up there. And then we're going to bring it over here. Oh, that'll work perfect. I can go to right there. So I can literally do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'll be right
Not sure what
back.
I came up here for. Okay. And now we want a shutter on here. It's also going to be set to input only. So that when I do that, nothing shows up. And then we're going to run this over and into there, connect it there, and then fluid output, hydrogen goes out, oxygen will go out. I got to deal with the oxygen thing. Hi, Rapiso. That's what I'm going with. Welcome to Bear's Den. Okay, so then we need the potassium to go into this chemical reactor with oxygen and nitrogen. Now, what is the difference here? So, 7 of these is going to give me 1 of those and 4,000 liters of oxygen. When I put it back together, it's going to need 3,000 liters of oxygen. Okay, so we're going to have to do it separately. So we're going to do this one here. And we're just going to take the potassium this way, which means I'm going to need a item filter.
I'm back.
Welcome back. We're going to put that there. And we're going to take the potassium out of here. And we're going to put it into here. And it will go into here. And then the sulfur will get ran the fuck out of here into the main line, which upstairs, I think. Where's my main line at? That right there. That's my main line. So I gotta run it into that somehow. Somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, so conveyor first. Conveyor. Alright, and we need that there. And dude, why does that look... What the fuck is this? Dude, fix your texture. Why are these
I'm aware
covers
of that.
freaking out?
I've
Okay.
tried fixing them. Difficult to get that working.
Okay, ignore redstone, so that did what it's supposed to. Sulfur's in there. Make the quad pipes a little smaller so they can be differentiated. He's using GT6. It's the way it's the way Greg did it, fucker. And you also got to remember that quad pipes use 4 normal pipes, where non-Nupal pipes use 9 small pipes. So they are technically the same size. Right? 9 times... Yeah, they're the same size. I was having to math there for a minute, but thank you. Now that makes... Wait a minute. Now that makes a whole lot more sense. What makes a whole lot more sense? What'd I miss? It's probably something I said, not something I missed. Yeah, it's a 3x3 grid. Yeah. I knew it was 9 for the non-Nupal, but I was trying to figure out the math of it. But yeah, it would be nice if Greg would have put like a line, like 3 lines on one and 1 line on the other, even if it's just a small line so you could tell the difference between them, but they should be full-size pipes. They should take up the full block. But yeah, putting the grid into the pipe isn't a bad idea. I think that would help differentiate them enough if you split it into a grid to show that there's 3 in one and on each side and 2 in the other, visible on that side. Alright, so that takes care of that problem. Now we got to get the oxygen and the nitrogen, which means I got to stop voiding the fucking nitrogen. Because we now have a use for that. Because as of right now, that is where all our nitrogen is going. Yes? Wait a minute. I thought nitrogen was the top one. Am I confused? I might be confused. Let's look. But we also got to fix the oxygen thing. Because I broke the oxygen thing the other day. I got pissed off at the oxygen thing. Because it was annoying me. And making noise that I didn't like. Because I never got rid of this fucking pipe. So I need to get rid of this pipe. I don't know why I'm trying to put a huge one here. A small one is enough. Because it's the only thing it can do is a small one. So don't be so stupid. Just get a small one. Even though I technically should probably upgrade that. Alright, so the extra oxygen goes that way. And we need one of those. And wait a minute, shouldn't that have had one of... Why doesn't that have a shutter on it? That was supposed to have a shutter on it. Hold on. Get your dumbass up here. Alright, so there should be a shutter on here. And this should be set to open if work is enabled. Yep, just like that. So if the tank is full, it'll void the oxygen that is in this pipe. But then we also need to turn that off for right now, because this does not need to be running if we're full on oxygen, because I'm pretty sure we have plenty of fucking silicon. Yeah, we got 30,000 silicon. So we also need to run a redstone thing from that up to there, which is where that network cable would come in handy if we had it, and we don't. So I need to get into that. There's literally no way into that machine. How in the fuck exactly do you plan on doing this? You've got every side of this machine used. Why do I have... Oh, that was doing quartzite into there. That's what that is. Okay. That's why that's there, because I wanted to get that. Because quartzite can go straight, where these have to go through the other bullshit. That's why it's like that. Okay. Because I just wanted to get rid of some of this fucking quartzite, because we had so fucking much of it. Well, I know how we're going to try to do this. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. Night, Ethan. There's my bow I was looking for. It was in my pipe bag. The muffler's on that side. Okay, so the hull is holding it. That's what I wanted to see. Now the question is, can I output a redstone signal through it? No, fuck, that ain't gonna work. Because these aren't like extenders. It doesn't have a output. And this isn't going to have a redstone. It's not going to do redstone across it. Fuck. Because I'm going to need a... It would work for putting multiple items through. But it won't work for putting items and redstone. Because I can do this. Oh no, I can't do that. Well, wait a minute. What if I do it this way? Yes, I can do that. And that's ignore redstone. So now if I take that out, oh, I gotta turn this one off. Item auto output. Alright. That out, it should put that quartzite in there. Right? Okay, it did. Put the quartzite in there. Alright, so that is gonna work. Now I just have quartzite dust and silicon dioxide dust that I need to get rid of. So I have both of those up here. Calcite. I thought I did. Did I move them down here? Marble, wolfenite, allied. Rare earth, red garnet, shell knife. No. I don't have them up here. Alright, fuck it, they're going to the box for now. I'll deal with it later. Just throw them in here. Deal with it later. Put that on that side. That'll be fine for that. So that'll work for a pipe doing that. Problem is, I can't give this. Also, why is that oxygen not? Hold on. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, it is voiding what's in that one. Because that's running again. Okay. So, why is the oxygen not getting the fuck? There's like very little oxygen in there. Oh, wait a minute. I turned the fluid off. Yeah. That's why it's not doing it. Okay. So I need to get redstone signal into there. The conveyor on there. But I can't go into there because it has a conveyor on there to output that. And it has to have the conveyor there to input into there. And giving a redstone signal to this will not convey a redstone signal to that. So how do I get it into that? I think I know how I can do this. I think. I'm going to need a lot more red alloy. Which I might make some signalium actually. Sterling silver, copper, and red alloy. And sterling silver. Where the fuck? Why is this not got an alloy? Friends? We're missing an alloy smelter recipe. Why do we gotta hand mix this? Oh, never mind. It clicked on the wrong thing. Never mind. When I went to click, I thought it was on ingot and it went to dust, and my brain's retarded and didn't pick it up. Okay. So
Yeah, that's great.
And silver. And GT6, why did the boats break and give sticks? It should give sticks and ingots. It shouldn't just be sticks, or sticks and planks. It shouldn't just be ingots, it should be the vanilla thing. Are the little black number things in the inventory the circuits? Yes, but we don't use circuits. We use the GT6 selector tag instead. Because it doesn't need to be a fucking circuit.
Yeah, it would be really cool, especially if you have the IV circuits enabled.
Okay, so red alloy, silver, and copper. Okay. So now what I want to do is shut that. Damn it. Do that every fucking time, don't you? There. Take that out for a moment. And then I want to put this on the back of that. And then I want to put a redstone cover emit right there. Why? Why won't you go on that? Why are you being a little twat? Don't be a little twat. Get the fuck on there. Is there something else on there that I'm not knowing? No, I can't put a redstone emit on a cable. Friends, why can I not put a redstone emits cover on a cable?
I think cables currently further limited on what covers are allowed.
Well, you should fix that. Hell, I can't fucking run the redstone through that at the moment. Are you adding extenders like we were discussing? Because that would make this all so much easier. That would make everything I'm trying to do so much easier.
Mostly working on the bridge next too. Bridge should be easy.
Okay, so we'll get part of this done until he gets the rest of it. Gets that cover fixed. We'll get it set up so we just put the covers in, and then we'll be fine. You're having trouble finding tin in GT6? How the fuck did you manage that? They don't only spawn in mountains either. You can find them below sea level as well. Alright, so we need to run that way. Not far below sea level, but and are you looking for the right rocks? Because remember, tin vein in GT6 has casterite, stannite, cassiterite. It's not just cassiterite and tin. Mm-hmm. If you found any stannite or casterite, you found a tin vein. That's the only place they spawn. That's why early in GT6, and you got to remember there's a lot of different types of veins in GT6 too. A lot of GT6 early game until you kind of learn the veins, unless you use that stupid world gen mod that I can't stand that's in my pack. Unless you use it, there is a ton of veins that you won't kind of know what they are without just digging the fuck down. When I started playing GT6, that's kind of what I did. I found a rock that said it was bearing and then dug down to see what the fuck was down there. That's kind of how you gotta do it. Motherfucker, I hate that one thing about this. And then I fall off the other side. Fuck off. Because, like, I've learned that you find magnesite, it's a redstone vein. But there's technically 3 different veins that have magnesite in them, which is magnesite by itself, magnesite with redstone, magnesite with redstone and cinnabar. Because it all depends on what level that it spawns in, because of the fact that it's rock layer based. So it can spawn at about any height, but depending on what height it is depends on what ores will actually be present in the vein. Some veins, like tin, don't really have that, because all of the ores that are in tin can only spawn in the higher rock layers. So you're never going to find like a casterite and stannite vein down low that have no tin in it. If there's casterite or stannite, there's fucking tin. But that redstone one is one of the main ones that are that way, where there's like 3 different ones. But there's a few of them, like lead veins. Lead veins can have antimony in them, the stibnite, or they cannot have. You can find a stibnite vein that has lead, or you can find stibnite and lead. Or you can find lead all by itself. Alright, so as soon as he gets to where we can put accept and emit covers on that cable, that will give us a redstone signaler that'll turn this on and off on if we need oxygen. Which I technically need to redo that with a second. Hold on, I got hiccups. A second fluid thing. Because we need to not do the oxygen just to avoid it. We need it only if we need oxygen. So only if that is like below a level. But that'll give us the basics of what we need for that. To be honest, I don't mine a lot of tin from a tin vein because there's so many things that give me tin I don't really need it. Okay, so I do have nitrogen in here, which is keeping it from working. So that means the one I took off must be the nitrogen pipe. Because you will get tin as byproducts of other stuff. Yep, that is the nitrogen pipe. So it isn't the top like I thought it was. Alright. And yeah, you also have tons of small tins you can find everywhere. Okay, so that's where the nitrogen is coming out of. So I'm going to need to run that down here. Okay. So we need nitrogen and oxygen in there. We can bring the oxygen from here, because this is our main oxygen line. So we can just run that right on over and have that dump right in the top of here. And this is going to put out just saltpeter. So we can have the saltpeter come out the bottom. So then we can bring the nitrogen in through right there. Alright, so let's make a waypoint here. Did that waypoint not save? Did I hit? I hit save. Where's my waypoint? There we go. I was too close to it apparently. Damn it, stop showing me the wrong one. Not all dimensions. Don't be fucking stupid. Okay, remove that one. We want that one. Alright, so now let's go to the other side. Figure out where that is. Don't need to connect that at the moment. Okay. So we're going right there. So we'll come. Where the fuck is there a spider at? Nothing can spawn in here. So it's going to be over there. So it's coming down here. I don't know what this pipe is. But we can just break it. And move it out this way. Which, we might as well break that. And just do it here. And then we're going to have it go down here below the floor. Well, there's the fucking bat and fucking skeleton I heard. All because of that fucking weird glitch we're having now where fucking torches aren't working. And there's a fucking spider. How in the fuck you even spawned? I don't know. Alright, where was... There it is.
Hey, Barry, you're gonna need me more tonight.
Nope.
I get tired.
Nope, go ahead and head out. I'm gonna be heading out kind of soon myself.
Okay, good night.
Night, man. Okay, run that over there. And then just move all of this out of my way. Okay. Now this pipe ends there, so we can just do this right through here. We gotta get back up there. Okay, that's our ethylene. We still need to go over a bit further. That's our lubricant pipe. Up and over that one. This should be right on that line, which is kind of annoying, but we'll deal with it. We could go under it, I guess. But just barely, because we got our hydrogen one here. Oh, fuck it. We got all these. We'll just use these. They're a little bit bigger than the other plastic, but it's alright. It should be going up right there. GT6 allows me to use source of as a search. just not able to find. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Whatever the hell that sentence was, it didn't make any sense to me. Okay, that's over too far. Yep, that's where I need it. And I can't fucking reach it. Ugh. Okay, so now, besides probably wanting to make a way to avoid this stuff when we have too much, I should be able to connect this pipe and we get nitrogen in there. Okay. I'll check it when I get done. Okay, so there's our nitrogen. Alright, now we just need to get the oxygen in. And now we're making saltpeter. There we go. So now all of our saltpeter can get turned right back into, can get turned into nitrogen, nitric oxide, or nitric acid, and then the saltpeter can come right back up right here. We just need to, I should do a redstone thing for this. Where it won't let it in if there's stuff in there, but the way I built this, I really don't have room for that. But I think it should be fine. Alright, so we want output to the bottom. Pipe goes right there. And we just need to snake this bitch through all this shit and get it down here. Which this is where the bridges will come in handy when he gets them. Because we won't have to do this. I could literally just bridge this right across there. But for now, we have to keep doing it this way. So there we go. Now we just put item on it, and it goes right on up there. So there's our saltpeter. And then that gives us our nitric acid. So we now should be running our vitrals again, which we're not. Why are we not? Where's the aquarita get made? I think it gets made over... it's not there. Where the fuck did we make this shit? Well, I know it's not this one, because this is all for that. So where does this pipe here runs over to there, which is from there. That is nitric acid and hydrochloric acid. What is that? Oh yeah, that is the right thing. Dumbass. Alright, so why is that not allowing that in? That should be... Oh, motherfucker. I hate these things. Alright. That is supposed to be if that is full, you should be not allowing this to run. It should be closed. So I set it backwards. Okay, that's normal or inverted. That is on that pipe. Alright. If work is disabled. Open is if work is enabled. So that should be right now. Nitric acid comes down from there and it's supposed to be going into there. Why is that? Shut the fuck off. Okay. That's working now. Now I want to make sure this is working right. Okay, that is empty. Okay, something's definitely not right. It's not getting an update. That's not updating properly. Because that's now empty. And that's closed again. Why? Why is that closed again? So, if that is empty, which is what it should be showing right now, a test lamp. Okay. That is showing it is empty. Right? That's inverted. Okay. That's the way it should be right now. That's the way I want it. When empty gives the redstone signal. And now that should be telling this that work is enabled. But see, that should be opening and closing whenever that gets empty. Like right now, it should be closed. Because it should have, this is power of 13. Because there's stuff in it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Close that back up. Run this bitch out. And we're full of aqua rega at the moment. So we're waiting for that to get empty. Okay. So right now it's empty. Right now it's giving me 15. But this isn't an on-off. This is number powered. Can I do... I will have to do that, won't I? Have to do the comparator thing. Because that's not going to work, because it's going to be... I can do it the other way around, though, right? If I take this off, and I set this to normal instead of inverted. Now, that's going to have no signal in it right now. So right now is when I want this to be enabled. So then I need this to be normal. No, I need that to be inverted. So right now, at inverted, it should be opening that. And it's not inverting that. It's not opening it. Yeah. Doing this should make that switch. And that's not making it switch. Now, I could just invert this. Will that work? If I do that normal, but I need to talk to Trins about that. Because I don't think that's... I don't think it's working correctly. But I believe doing this, I can make it work. Because I should be able to do that, which is then going to turn that on and off. So then if I do that, it's still not opening and closing it though. Why is it not opening and closing that pipe? Alright, I'm going to leave it off here and have Trims check this next time. Okay, I sent him a message, so he'll remember because I obviously won't remember, and we'll figure this out in the next one, and I'll stay right here so hopefully I don't forget. Oh, that's what you're talking of. Typing search of in NEI. Okay. Anyways, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time.